Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Welcome. Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much. Welcome to the show. You know, at one time or another, many entrepreneurs are faced with the perplexing riddle of how do I successfully leave my business and have passive income, right? We've all been building our business, and if you're a dynamic person with high energy, you can move the needle, but what happens when you want to step away for a few weeks or months and go on vacation? Sometimes business goes down or it can even come to a halt. Today on the show, we're going to interview a very successful entrepreneur that is running 24 different companies in 26 different countries simultaneously. The very successful international entrepreneur and speaker, Meir Ezra, is on the show. Brilliant, guys. Fantastic guy. I got the privilege of sitting through one of his seminars today. Absolutely amazing. And then one of my very dear friends, I'm so excited to have her on the show finally, international speaker, entrepreneur, and author of the new book, Warrior Magnificent, Jamie Vrinios is on the show. Such a driver. And my dear friend Margot Bush, she'll be co-hosting. If you're, Margot, if you're looking to figure out a way to step away from your business and keep that passive income, or you're just looking for success principles that you can use in your business or personal life, this is an episode you won't want to miss. Come back, we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Stick around. Thank you very much. Welcome. Welcome to the show. Thank you, everybody. I'm here with my dear friend Margot Bush. Martha, how the heck are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, or I should say super fantastic.
Super fantastic.
We were talking about that earlier. We've been on hiatus for the show, many of you know, for several weeks.
Right.
And building a new studio, so we're excited to be here.
Finally
the studio is mostly done.
Yeah,
we're still a little bit under construction, but we're making it work, and I'm very excited to be in Orange Beach. It's such an amazing place.
And we have a great crowd.
Amazing crowd!
Great!
Amazing crowd. I have to say, the last time we spoke, you were headed out of town for a seminar.
Right, I was.
For a women's seminar? Or?
Yeah, I went to Louisiana and then came back and then left for Tennessee, and I just got back.
Whoa,
so,
this is world traveler.
And I'm actually leaving for Oklahoma this next weekend to do another meeting.
How did it go? Good?
It went great. I mean, just great people, and it's great to teach, and I get to teach on business, and so.
Just hearing you say that, it makes me happy.
Oh, good.
Because I remember a time, but I won't go into it. Yeah. I love Louisiana. I have to say, they call them mud bugs, crawfish or mud bugs, but I'm sure you've had the...
where you suck heads, and it took me a long time. Trust me, it took me a long time.
Yeah, I love it. I'll try anything twice.
Oh, yeah, but, you will.
And speaking of seminars, we had the privilege today to sit in an absolute amazing seminar. I don't even know if you would call it a seminar. It's more like a boot camp.
The best
probably.
Teaching. Oh.
And I have to say, I'm a little bit, physically a little tired, but I'm so energized to just on what I learned. I mean, at a certain point, it's you hear new angles and, oh, I like the way that was said, and that's a good spin on that. But to actually learn new premises where you're like, I never heard that before.
Right.
At a certain age, like 35, no, 29. But it's exciting that you can still learn new things, and I'm so excited about our guest tonight. I want to bring him out. With no further ado, please welcome international entrepreneur Meir Ezra, everybody. My friend, welcome.
Thank
How are you?
Very good, very good.
I have to say, I've seen you in action all day today. You're like a machine. You're so like just, I'm tired, but I'm trying to fake it a little bit. Man, you have so much energy, and there's so much I want to talk to you about. First of all, tell everybody a little bit about background briefly of where you're from.
Well, I'm Israeli. You can hear it from my accent. Grew up in a very small city in Israel. Went to the army, but I was in a very special unit. I was a diver in the submarines. was there for 6 years. Basically what they teach you there is that food and sleep is for weak people, and they teach you a few other things. Yes, exactly. And after 6 years, I went to the Far East. I was traveling and went to South Africa, started a business there, made lots of money, and started to make more and more businesses. And I saw that, wow, business is a problem.
Yeah, lots of problems.
Lots of problems. And started to look why. It shouldn't be so complicated. I mean, if each one's doing what they're supposed to do, it should be like a breeze. Like, you do that, I do that, thank you very much, end of story.
Yeah.
It's not so simple.
And I'm sure you've seen too, regardless of the scale of business, whether it's big business, which I know you help, or small business, generally it's the same set of problems, it's the same lack of systems, just a bigger scale.
Yeah, it's exactly the same. A business, a person, a body is a business.
Yeah.
And a business is just many bodies. And if you understand that in a business you have suppliers and customers internally, and you're supposed to produce something, I give it to you, and you pay me, you understand business. And when it does not happen, there's an upset. If you go to buy from someone something, and he is not supplying what he's supposed to supply, there's an upset.
Yeah.
And when a business goes insane or cuckoo, is when the people start to fight internally instead of fighting externally.
Yeah, that's right.
And it's happening just because...
all the time happening. Well, I'll tell you, we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, I want to talk to you a little bit about the seminar today that I was so privileged to sit through, and I have some very specific questions I want to ask you. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with Meir Ezra, everybody. Thank you. Welcome back. I'm here with Meir Ezra. Now, Meir, today when I was listening to the seminar, you made a very, I can't remember to quote it off the top of my head, but you made a very, to me it was a staggering statistic about businesses, the amount of failing businesses. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, that's quite amazing, because you will see that in the last 150 years, there's more or less about 1,000 businesses that actually survived.
Right.
And most of them with the government help. And at that same time, 88 million businesses went bankrupt. This is amazing.
And why do you feel like the main reason that these companies are failing?
They don't know.
They don't know.
Simple. If you know, you don't fail.
Yeah.
How do you know? When someone is really a professional,
Yeah.
he knows. He just knows. And he will not fail.
Yeah.
If you fail, it's a proof that you do not know.
Well, and I'm really big on cause and effect, you know. And when you say, like, I believe this or I think this, that already implies that you have self-doubt or you really don't know sometimes.
Yeah. Because when you say to believe something, you have to not believe before.
Right.
When I say I trust you, is actually I didn't trust you really, and now I trust you.
Right.
Yes. So when you know, it's a much higher level.
Yeah, I just know it.
You just know. That's it. It's I know.
There's so much contradictory information out there. How do you vet that information, and what do you give us an example of some false data that a lot of people believe about business?
Okay, good. So first of all, let's define what false data is. False data is data that you use, that when you use it, it does not bring the expected results. Okay? So for example, you think that you need to find good people. Everyone will agree you need to find good people, yes? And the people are the most important thing in the business. Few things. First of all, the most important thing in the business is the owner. Because if the owner is not there, there's no business.
Yeah.
Number one. Number two, there's no such thing as good people. Good people, you create.
Have to be developed.
You have to teach them. The problem is you hire people, then you don't train them, then you don't apprenticeship them, then you don't utilize them, and then you get upset with them.
Yeah.
And they're to blame. It's actually the owner's fault.
Yes.
Because if the owner trained them, apprenticeship them, and then make sure to utilize them, they will be wonderful.
Yeah, we're not making enough money, it's your fault. And you know, money is such an important topic. Many people are like, it's not about the money, we want to help people. The problem is if there's not enough revenue brought in and there's no income, you can't help anybody without resources. So the company, if the company fails, you let everybody down. So to help people, you need resources. But sometimes money is a very delicate subject or even intense subject. And you talked a lot about that today. I think that a lot of the principles, the success principles that I observe today would not only be very applicable in your business, but even in your personal life. I think that the way you do one thing is the way you do everything.
Yeah, well, what's business? Business, a group is composed of individuals. And if you don't handle the individuals, you will not handle the business. A group is composed of individuals. You need to handle the individuals. And if we talk about money, people have another misconception, and they think that money is energy, money is a form to exchange, and it's all have some truth in it. But really, the actual definition of money is an idea backed by confidence. I have a credit card, it worth 5 cents. I go and I buy a car that worth $365,000 with a piece of plastic.
Yeah.
You have an idea for a show, and people watching it. Why? Because they trust you. So if you want money, you need to develop trust.
Yeah, absolutely.
Confidence, 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 confidence.
Well, I know one of my mentors says if you think about a successful person in your mind, not just a rich person, but a successful person in your mind, and when you picture them, ask yourself, are they a confident person? And the answer is always 100% yes, because it's not possible to be very successful to have a low self-image or a low. And I always say, self-worth equals net worth. Yeah. If you have a low self-image, guess what else is low? If you can raise your self-image and elevate that, then not only will your financial situation be higher, but your relationships, your aptitude, everything else will be a lot higher. Speaking of trust, you said something that really rang a bell with me personally, and it really helped me, and I want to thank you for it. You had said that when you get somebody that, let's say, dislikes you, it's really a confirmation of success. And we were talking about this earlier. When you do public speaking, or you affect a lot of people, thousands or millions of people, or you're on television or whatever, not everybody is a fan of what you do, or the fan of what color you are, or how tall you are, or how skinny and buff I am, or whatever the situation.
No, I'm Jewish. I'm definitely Jewish.
Yeah.
And I study everything. Because what do you think is more important, the data or the source of the data?
I'm going to go with data.
You are so smart and so correct. Why? The source of the data is not important for anything other than thank you. I'm Jewish. I'm sure you don't think that I like Hitler.
No, of course not.
Good. Now, Hitler was very instrumental in inventing the sonar. I'm a submariner. I'm using the sonar. Do I care that Hitler was part of it? No. On the other hand, let's say Edison invented the light, and he was a wonderful guy, or maybe not. Do I care? The source is not important.
He did electrocute people too. But.
Yeah, that's anyway. I look at the data, and I study everything, everything, because there's knowledge in everything. Yeah. And it just happened that Mr. Hubbard developed an unbelievable technology, and he's one of the smartest, if not the smartest person I know. But if you look at Kabbalah in the Jewish religion, it's unbelievable. If you read the New Testament, you don't need to learn much more after you read the New Testament. You just don't need. It's there. It's all there.
So there's value in everything, and you really have to glean for yourself what you feel like is useful from many sources.
You need to look, and you have to learn everything in order to decide for yourself what's true for you. Because what's true is what's true for you, what you observed for yourself. And when you lost this ability, you lost everything.
Right. I have to say, in your business, or in your seminar today, you talked about the perfect business model. And I always was of the belief system of there can't be an exact model. And after spending time, I'm very convinced that there's basically 100 people set out to do something. There's one way that's the most proficient, and then there's 99 at least that are wrong. Briefly, talk a little bit about the perfect business model that you've come up with.
Okay, so first of all, there is one correct way and infinite incorrect ways. What is the perfect business model? The perfect business model is a blueprint for any organization. It is going to be the same blueprint for your body, for a small organization of 3 people or 3 billion. This is how this universe is built. It's built from actual 7 areas, 7 divisions, and each division have a very specific reason why it's there. Now, most people start a business because they're very good at something. I'm a good cook, or I'm a good lawyer, or I'm a good dentist,
good
and
in sales.
Yeah, good in sales, and I'm starting a business. I'm very good in one division. It's 1 divided to 7. And because of that, most business owners actually make less money than if they would work for someone else.
Absolutely.
And they cannot grow. Why they cannot grow? Because they're missing 6 or 5 or 4 divisions. If they learn the actual business model, it is 100%, always, no fail. You apply this technology, you have to be genius to fail.
Yeah. And do you feel like that there's 7 compartments we have to really perfect? Do you feel like whatever, let's say number 4 that is really my lowest, I'm only 15% operational, does that dictate the level of success I have, like the weakest link type thing?
Yeah, this is the weakest link, and you will see, even if in your life, let's forget about business. Your life, we can say, composed of your body, your family, your group, mankind, life forms, the physical universe, you as a spiritual being, and God. That's the 8 areas of your life. Now let's say that you are sick. Your first area is sick. All the rest will go down.
Right.
Let's say that you are wonderful physically, but your wife just cheated you. Believe me, everything else will go down. So the area that is the lowest will define the level of all the rest.
And where can people get more information if they want to learn more about Meir Ezra or this perfect business model? Where can we go?
MeirEzra.com.
MeirEzra.com. There you go, everybody. Stick with us. We'll be right back with Jamie Vrinios. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Man, such a good audience.
I
tonight.
know,
Such
they're
a
awesome.
good vibe.
Yeah.
Welcome back. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, give a warm welcome to my dear friend, Jamie Vrinios, everybody.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm great.
Oh, it's
great,
so
great,
good to have you
great.
on the show. I'm excited.
I'm excited.
We all spent the day, I was explaining, in a seminar with Meir and yourself, and we've built a relationship over some time and have been getting to know each other, and it's pretty wild the way we met. It's a long story, but if you remember, Jamie's son, Sam, was on our show. We did an episode about young entrepreneurialism, and he came on, I guess he was like 16. He says, I want to be a millionaire before I'm 17. And this is a kid that's doing like $500,000 building video game controllers, and just actually got a response from the show Shark Tank.
Yes.
To potentially go on, and I mean, just phenomenal kid. And so you had come on down for the filming last year of the show, and we built a friendship, and instantly we're like, yeah, you're my missing component, and we need to. So we've been building this friendship, but we haven't seen each other speak. Today I got to see you actually in action, and I have to say, I'll admit this because I'm okay with it. But you have so much passion. You were coming from such a place today that I actually got like, how you get like the little lip quiver where I was like, I was doing that when I was listening to you, and I was watching the audience, and all the women and even the men in the audience were just like this. They were just really moved, and I can tell everything you do is it's about the people. It's about helping people, and so I appreciate you coming all this way for that and being on the show. I want to talk a little bit about, obviously you're a very successful entrepreneur, and I would say probably one of the most successful direct marketers in the world. You have, I don't know if we mentioned the company, but one of the companies, Mary Kay, we've been all familiar with Mary Kay. Now, I know you were trained personally by Mary Kay, and she really much affected you, and there was other mentors that really just, touched you. And there's a lot, I got to hear your personal testimony and some of the things that you've overcome in your life. You were on government aid and just, you know, family issues and so many things. And you just, this drive came of like, you ain't gonna stop me. This person that just, you know, saw no boundaries or obstacles. And I believe out of the company, they call them Cadillac distributors, is that right? You have as many or more than anybody in the
highest percentage.
Highest percentage in the company. Unbelievable. I mean, the second question is, how do I get a Cadillac, a new Cadillac? But phenomenal what you've done. And you started writing a book. It's funny because I think writing a book is on probably 9 out of 10 people's bucket list in their life. I'm going to write a book. But the actions and discipline to follow through, most people work on it in about a decade to get it done. And in less than a year, you're just like, done, what's next? I mean, you just kind of plowed right through it. And the content, it's almost like sharing, like, should I be reading this? It's like you're really sharing content for free. You're like, I'm just going to give it away. Here's exactly what you need to do if you want to build not only a team, but be successful in business and in your personal life. And amazing stories. You kind of laugh, cry, you take this journey. The book is called Warrior Magnificent, and the subline is?
For radical results require zero doubt.
For radical results requires zero doubt, and I know you have no doubt. I have to say, with the publishing, and this is a true story, absolutely true, out of all of our books, we have 10 best-selling authors. You're one of our best-selling books right now, and the book's not even out yet.
Wow.
I mean, honestly. Of course, it'll be in bookstores everywhere, and I have to say, everything you set your mind to, you always accomplish. I know where Sam gets all of his success. And I have to say, when the book's out, would you actually please come back on the show so we can really dig into some of the recipe? Because I know you've really come up with a very specific recipe of not only how to help women, but how to help people regardless of what industry they're in, if they're looking to get more success out of their personal life, marriage, whatever. You figured it out, and I'm inspired. What can I say? So please come back, would you?
Yeah, I will.
Anytime.
For sure, I will.
Thank you very much, guys. That's our show. We're out of time. But I want to give thanks to Jamie Vrinios. Check out the book, Warrior Magnificent, available on the 25th, March 25th. Also, Meir Ezra, amazing. And thanks to Margot Bush. We're out of time. That's our show. Don't forget to get involved in your local community and be forgiving of others. Good night, everybody.
All right.
Hi, I'm Dan Vega, and thank you for watching our channel. I want to take a second to tell you about a resource that's helping thousands of people across the country, Blue University. Blue University is the premier online business school for entrepreneurs and business leaders. You know, if you find yourself in a day-to-day grind where you've lost your joy or you're just tired of struggling, then check out blue.university. That's BLU.university. I can promise that you receive nothing short of a multi-million-dollar education. And if you want a completely different life in 3 to 6 months and a way to create wealth in 5 years or less, then again, check it out. That's BLU.university. Find out why blue is the new color of success. Also, make sure to subscribe to this channel or to give us a good rating, but that's only if you see value. And when you do receive value, make sure to share it with someone else. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.